What's up? What's up? What's up? Just if you jump in the house. Okay, so I was thinking about this expo I went to, and they were talking about how they're like in Thailand, all the kids or some kids in I don't know if it's the whole country or not, but they were something like all the kids are getting iPads or i something or iPhones or whatever. I think the iPads should do work on. And I don't know if these are iPads are updated ones, new ones, or the old ones that people trade in and things like that. But I do know that that's a great idea that we can use in our neighborhoods. You know, buying iPads for the kids since they're going to school and they're not really learning anything, or for the kids that's dropping out and things like that. There are a lot of teachers who's retired who are retired, and active teachers also who can start doing giving lessons and things like that via iPad and stuff. You just sign into a class and stuff like that, and I think that's a pretty good idea. I really don't have okay, now this is how I think it could work. Basically, you'll just I guess you have to go out and find the kids, you know, or put out there somewhere where you got these lessons where you can they can learn. It's almost like online, you know, online college, but it's just for high school or for high school and things like that. And I think a lot of people would benefit from that, you know, get their GED for those who dropped out, and then eventually can go to college and stuff like that. And for the young kids, you know, instead of having them playing games all the time, you know, they can sit and learn and stuff too. And I know it might sound a little boring and stuff like that at first, but I believe once kids can start really understanding what they're learning and really take the time, you know, to understand what they're learning. Which that kind of was backwards a little bit, but I think they will really enjoy it. You know, that's like I was talking to some friends the other day, and I was showing them how I teach kids at 3-year-old how to 2 or 3-year-old kids how to add and multiply at the same time. And when I showed them this, you know, everyone was like, wow, you know, and then everybody started giving their ideas about how they would teach and how they were taught. And the whole thing is when you get these type of classes online or whatever at home, that a lot of these kids will, you know, they'll feel more comfortable. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, you know, they should be around other people and things like that. That might be the case, that might not, you know, but it's almost like going shopping, you know. No one likes to go shopping with other people because, you know, they can't really enjoy themselves and take the time and, you know, look at what they want. And then some people, you know, they might like something that someone else might say it's not good and stuff like that. But I think that's a really good idea to start doing. And a lot of you, if any of you teachers out there hear this, you know, you might want to see if you can start doing this even in your own neighborhoods and really start to do this, because it would be nice if every kid or every person can have their own, but it's not really necessarily they can use, how can I say that? You know, you can get a group of people in one room and just watch it, you know, and that I think that would work. And then another thing, what was I thinking? Yeah, it was something else. Because there are a lot of people out there who can teach and learn things. What was I thinking? Oh, and from doing that, you can also, how can I say? Make DVDs also to sell, you know, how to do this, and it doesn't really have to be anything professional. Like I told you, that guy Khan Academy, what he did on his YouTube channel is really great, you know, and a lot of other people can do that, and you can even sell them in the neighborhoods. Now another thing too is, like, when you're teaching them things, you know, you try to teach them things that's pertinent to them, and also the teachers should talk in the language that these children understand, because in college, like I said in one of my other videos, the language that we use and the language that they use in school, a lot of kids get far behind, because that's actually, it's a new language, because it's easier to teach a whole new language than it is to for everyone else to learn everybody else's language and stuff like that. But I think that's a really good idea to do that. I'm going to start teaching some Japanese also on my channel, and see if I can get some Japanese people to help me, my friends. If not, I can just do it myself, because it really isn't that difficult, and give you some tips. And another thing too is that there are a lot of brothers out there, who are in other countries and you speak that language. And like I said, we have our international marketing links around the world, and a lot of kids back in your neighborhoods probably can't travel because they don't know the language. But if you know it, then you put that stuff up on YouTube, or you make videos and sell them, lessons and things like that, and sell them to the students, or to people that and people in your neighborhood. Because I just read this article a couple of days ago. It says by 2013 or something like that, we're going to be at $1.1 trillion to black people in the United States. Well, how do they know that, and where's all that money going? Because it's definitely not going to our neighborhoods, because $1.1 trillion is enough to bring all of us out of poverty and straighten a lot of things out. Just got to work together for one common goal and things like that. But yeah, that's something that we can do. And also, when you're teaching, try to teach things that are how can you say that? That's pertinent, where people can actually get out and use it. So in other words, teaching about electronics and how to make it these boards or whatever, programming, stuff like that, engineering, designing, things like that, electronics, biology, where you can grow food, and these biotechs, and psychology, and not psychology too, but physics and stuff like that. And there are a lot of things out there that can be taught, and you teach it in a way where you can teach it to a young person, where people can understand it, and try not to get too proud. I'm the teacher and this and that. Don't do that, because if you teach from the heart, you teach from the mind, but you put a little kindness in it, a little love in it, then I'm sure people will be able to understand it really easy. And it's like my English classes. You got 4-year-old kids using dictionary, 3-year-old kids using dictionaries, and they're using junior high school dictionaries, and got these 5-year-old kids, standing in front reading but reading these conversations that I'm making. They're reading in front of the whole class, and a lot of students, they just really enjoy it, So that's all you have to do. But that's something we could do, because actually, in the days of technology, they said we're getting behind, but maybe we're getting behind, maybe we're not. But we're not using the technology that we have, and it's right there. If you got an iPad, whatever, you can start making up these. And you don't. And if you have a subject, it don't matter who you are. If you know a subject, you're smart, you know what you're doing, then put it out there. Just put it up on YouTube, or make a video, and or like I said, get these kids a tutor, because I don't know. It's not like we don't. Like I said, it's not like we don't have. We can't do it. We can do it, and how can I say it? We have the research, we have the links, but we're not looking at the things that we have. We're looking at things that we think we don't have, and we think those are what we need. But there are a lot of things that we do have, and a lot of things that we do need, and they're right there in the neighborhood. So anyway, I just driving, just thinking about this, so I'm going to put this up and see what happens. Okay, all right, I'm out.